All right, we'll start with in-person questions first, Coach.
Ime, from your vantage point, what sparked the turnaround in that third quarter?
Started having some effort, had some pride. Talked about it at halftime, or obviously a bad second quarter. Jumped it up a little bit, got aggressive in some traps, and kind of just to generate some energy that wasn't there. But credit to our guys, they took it to heart what I said at halftime and played better, harder, more together in the second half.
23 turnovers. That Clippers defense, or you guys playing loose with the ball?
Loose with the ball. A lot of times they were self-inflicted, just throwing the ball all over the place. Other than them trapping Jason at times, it was nothing else pressure-based. But that was we talked about at halftime. That was the story of the first half. I think we had 13 for 22 points in the first half, and we're only down 11 with that last three-pointer, so it could have been an 8-point game without how poorly we played, taking care of the ball. We're shooting 52%, so that was the message, take care of the ball. A little bit better, especially in the fourth quarter. We only had 3, but dug ourselves that hole to give them 33 points off those. It's hard to come back from.
Are you having a tough time figuring this team out? Like, it just seemed like last night, effort was an issue in the first half. Probably a decent first quarter. In the second quarter, Brandon Boston looks like Jordan in the sense. I mean, he's doing the shrug after a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, are you having a hard time figuring this team out? And is it frustrating?
The effort and the inconsistency is frustrating at times. Figuring it out, no, we talked about this kid. I mean, specifically him, but to play as well as we did in the first quarter, and I mean, when you look at it, we won 3 quarters other than the second quarter with that 39-23 margin. Like I said, dug us a hole, and a lot of it was self-inflicted with the turnovers. Boston, we talked about, he scored 43 recently in the G League, and his team, his minutes had went up, and so felt like we were surprised by him, and we specifically talked about him. So just like I mentioned, the KYP, knowing the personnel and knowing who's playing, and this kid's getting a lot of run, especially with Paul George and some guys out. So that's disappointing there, but the effort, inconsistency, that part is frustrating. To play the way we did in the second half and not muster up that energy in the first half, or it's really the second quarter, it's a little frustrating.
That last defensive possession, obviously you have no timeouts left. Were you hoping for a couple of traps and obviously maybe a steal, or what, did you want the foul a little bit earlier?
No, we were going for one trap, and possibly a rotation. No, we didn't have any timeouts. We'd have to go the length of the court, and possibly they would probably foul, and so we wanted to trap one time, take a foul, and leave ourselves some time. But at the same time, the reason why we were trapping instead of fouling straight away was because we had no timeouts left, and we knew we had to go the length of the court. So that was the reason behind that.
Given how tough the schedule is for you guys in December, I know every game for them, but for the Clippers to not have George tonight, I know you guys are on the backpack there, but it's tough fit to see a game like this slip away.
A team like this one, I'm sorry.
A game like this slip away in terms of just how tough the schedule is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even. We talked about George or no George. We've been through that this season. We beat teams without players, and I go back to the Milwaukee game where they didn't have Antetokounmpo and got us overtime, so it doesn't matter. Other guys are gonna take advantage of their opportunity. So it wasn't about George being in or out or our back-to-back. It was more so the lack of consistency and effort in the second quarter specifically, and self-inflicted, as I mentioned, with the turnovers. We didn't do ourselves any favors by just handing them points.
Some of the plays, the Grant turnovers and take foul with the Clippers in the bonus, which kind of sparked the run from them. Some of the turnovers, is it basketball intelligence maybe slipping? What's going on with some of the kind of the slippage mentally?
Well, obviously it's a poor play compounded by the foul, not knowing the situation, and just in general a few times where we get overly aggressive when we're not in the bonus, knowing the situation. So gifting them points, like you mentioned, I mean, that is a frustrating part, and just knowing the situation, time score situation. So as I said, the turnovers were enough of a gift, but to compound it with some of the fouls and the free throws definitely didn't help us. But I'm not going to complain about really the second half of the third quarter and the fourth. It felt like we only played a quarter and a half and really got it back to a one possession game. Just need to bring that effort, intensity, and that's my job, to get them going from the start of the game. you know, we didn't love the effort yesterday at times, the lack of physicality, and to come out and play, I mean, really a second quarter is disappointing for sure.
Thank you, Ime.
Thank you.